John and Gabriel Shipton, Julian Assange's father and brother in Canberra today. They're pushing for the government to step up its support of the WikiLeaks founder. And they join us live now from our Canberra studio. Thank you both for joining us. We really appreciate your time. John, first to you. Just how is Julian? How would you characterise his health at this point?
Oh, not the best. Had some small time ago, he had a mini stroke and has got a consequence of that is a drooping eyelid on the left-hand side. Though his health is not the best after 13 years of this interminable persecution and court cases. It's very worrying and becoming dire now.
Gabriel, as John points out, this is such a long-running saga now for Julian. Have you seen a change in approach from the Albanese government compared to the approach from the coalition government, or is it simply continuing on the same track as we've seen in the past?
Well, I mean, in terms of change of approach, yes, there has been a change. You know, the previous government hid behind this sort of rhetoric of sub judice and consular assistance. The new government, Anthony Albanese, has made statements, the Prime Minister has made statements like enough is enough when it comes to Julian's persecution, and that he doesn't see what purpose is served of Julian being locked up in that prison. But, you know, there's been a change of the stance in the government, but Julian's situation hasn't changed. He's still in a maximum security prison where he's been for the last 3 years, as John said. His health, is in decline. He's in a very, very precarious situation, and this looming extradition. He has one more chance to apply to appeal to the UK High Court, and if that appeal is rejected, he could be extradited as early as September. So really, the rhetoric from the government has changed, but the time to act for the government is now to intervene and get Julian back home.
And John, how would you like to see that happen? How exactly should the government be intervening? What exactly are you pushing them for them to do?
We simplify it to the point where the Prime Minister just picks up the phone and rings his colleague in the United States or in the United Kingdom and begins the process of settling this matter. I think that that simplification has some accuracy, because you can't start these processes without an action, and that would begin the diplomatic negotiations to bring Julian back to Australia post haste.
Gabriel, as a loved one of Julian, it must just be so heartbreaking to see that so much of his life has been spent locked away behind closed doors in some form of detention for so many years. Hindsight is such a wonderful thing, of course, but I mean, you must see it as just such a waste of his talents, of his life. Do you wish in hindsight that he'd never published all of those documents, or to this day, you're confident that it was the right thing for him to do at the time?
Yeah, look, I mean, it is heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking to see, Julian, this gentle genius in a maximum security prison alongside, the most violent criminals in the United Kingdom. I think, we just have to look at what these revelations that Julian published, what they achieved around the world. They brought about the end of the Iraq War. They revealed torture in Guantanamo Bay. They revealed war crimes, and all of these has had a huge effect on our societies, and I think saved millions of lives. I think you can say that. So I don't think, regretting that. I don't think, would anyone regret saving millions of lives? I don't think so.
Gabriel and John Shipton, really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us while you're on that visit there in Canberra. We'll be keeping a close eye on how things develop.
Thank you. Thank you very much.